and our local presentation of time in terms of the Big Bang, and then how...
And what caused the Big Bang?
This is my point.
Yeah.
So before that point, if before even makes sense, we don't know. We just don't know what led to that, whether it could have been, as you say, a creator, whether it could have been something that we don't know. We don't have enough data to be able to arrive at a conclusion.
Why would it not be a creator?
Because we don't have evidence of a creator.
The creation is evidence of a creator. That's my whole point. If we have...
To call it a creation, you have to demonstrate that there is a creator.
That's a valid point. But by the fact we have design, we have purpose, we have a system, then this implies that there is a knowledgeable creator.
An assertion isn't demonstration of sufficient evidence. And this is why you can't... The claims that you're making, since we've had a discussion, they're not testable and they're not falsifiable. There's no way for us to be able to put this through some kind of test, to be able to...
It's very simple. Demonstrate something to me which came into existence, which didn't exist.
That's not how the burden of proof works.
Let me finish. Explain to me how something which didn't exist came into existence.
So this...
you don't mind if I finish? Explain to me how something which didn't exist came into existence, can come into that existence without knowledge, without being with knowledge, capability, and intent. I can give you so many examples on a level which we agree upon, the headphones, the building, etc. And when I ask you to show me something which you can actually demonstrate, your example was water. But you haven't demonstrated how water came into existence without a creator. So for it to be an option.
My argument is this: even the phrasing of that question is problematic, because that isn't how the burden of proof works. If you're making a claim that a God exists, you have to be able to test that claim. You can't ask me, but demonstrate how that couldn't be the case. The focus is on your claim, which a God exists. Is we need a demonstration of how a someone, an entity, can create worlds, can create solar systems, and whatnot. The fact that I can't demonstrate what you're asking me to demonstrate doesn't mean that you're warranted in holding the position that it must have had to have been a creator of the world.
Why don't you think I'm warranted? You're saying it is possible that could have come without an intelligent being, a creator, a God.
My position is, I don't know. I used the water example. That was just an explanation of me saying that all the available information just points to natural means.
What is that natural information which you brought up a number of times? What's your natural evidence that water exists without a creator?